Hello, America, and welcome back to another episode of To Hear Me Tell It, the life and times of Jerry Daniels. When you've had your daily dose of today's craziness, dealing with all them Karens out there, ride shotgun with old JD as he goes back and recounts the life and times of growing up in the South during the 60s and 70s. I believe we were called baby boomers. Stories that you will say, yep, I done that, but I ain't gonna tell my kids. And I ain't never told my spouse. But whatever the truth be, it will be this, to hear me tell it. Well, good morning, folks, and welcome to another episode of To Hear Me Tell It. I'm going to try something different today. This is the first time I've ever done this. And it's really difficult for me not to look at the screen, but to look at the camera. That's difficult. God bless folks who know how to do that. But that's really hard because it's hard to go, oh, I want to look at myself, but I need to look at you, the camera. All right, so I got my trusty, I did it. I got my trusty pad here. So a couple things we're going to talk about today is, well, let me back up. I'm way off balance, man. I've never done this. I have never done this before, and this may be a total flop. But again, Laura says, oh, you should try a YouTube channel. Well, let's see. I don't know if I even have the hardware. See, already I'm shaking. That's a bad thing. I can see here I'm leaning on my desk. That's a bad thing. And I'm not sure if the mic's even set properly, but we'll figure that out. So I'll just lean back and hold the mic. How about that? So I want to start by saying thank you to the, I hate to use the word loyal because that doesn't sound right. Dedicated, bored. I'm not sure what the word is, but it's appreciated nonetheless of the handful of people that listen to my podcast. Hey, I thank you. Joe Stitka, Mike Posey, Christy Dunn, and there's a host of others. I know I'm going to leave somebody out, but I think Bob Burgett listens on a regular basis. Bob Gherkin in Massachusetts, and there's a host of others. But I do appreciate it. Mike Snyder, he listens. Gunnar Snyder, great American, by the way, great American. I know a lot of great Americans. I'm blessed because I have a lot of friends that are great Americans. How about that? I don't have a lot of friends that are liberals. I don't, and I don't care. Okay, so y'all know what I'm going to talk about. A few updates. Let's talk about the bees, the honeybees. The honeybees are doing well. I got stung yesterday because I had to move a swarm, and I think I've shared this before, but I caught a swarm, and I had put the swarm box. So you're going to see me look, but I put the swarm box back there, right back there. It's on the back deck of my office. There's a back deck. And I put a swarm box back there, and I caught a swarm about a month ago, and it was a weak swarm. That's the reason I ain't moved them yet. But it had a laying queen, and I verified that because she started laying eggs. Well, then we had that cold snap. I thought, oh, man, it got really cold, and I talked about that last podcast, but I think they're going to do okay. I saw an increase in brood numbers and bees, and a lot of activity. And what I did was I gave them another frame of honey, and so they could do some eating and whatnot. And anyway, and I made the call. So yesterday morning at dark 30, and like I told people, you want to get into beekeeping, I can talk you into it, or I can talk your ass out of it in 5 seconds. I can go this way, that way, it doesn't matter. So I got up at dark 30. And I go to the beehive, and it's a swarm box, so it's a 5 frame. It doesn't have 10 frames in it; it only has 5. So I get the box, and this one doesn't have a screen bottom board in it. It's specifically made actually as a nuke box, a nucleus box, is what it's really made for, and it's not designed for long term, housing or whatever. So that's not what it's for. So I took a towel, and because it's a 5 frame box, it doesn't have a very wide opening. It's probably, if I had to put my hands up, it's probably about that wide. That's about how wide it is. So it's a little slit, and it's easy to block. So I stuck a towel in there, and it was a little cool. It was in the 60s. It's dark 30, and they ain't out. Now they got guard bees but it was cool. So I figured most of the bees would probably be upstairs anyway. So I go in there and I stick the towel in there, and then they can't get out. And then I take a bungee cord and I secure the outer cover. And then I take them over to a friend's house who allows me to do this. Now, strategically, I had already placed a full-size, deep 10-frame brooder box over there with already a drawn comb and some pollen and some honey to give them, I guess, a kickstart. I don't know. But anyway, to give them a better chance of surviving. So I put that over there already 2 days before. So I take this box and I carry it over there in the dark of the night, and then I put it on top. I put this box on top of the other box. So one sits right on top of the other. And then I strap it down and all that kind of stuff so the winds and maybe a raccoon can't knock it over. A bear who's determined can knock it over. But I got those big screw things, you put a dog leash in the ground. I got 2 of those on each side, and I put a ratchet strap over it, and I strapped it all down. So once I get them all secured now, and imagine this, old Jerry Daniels is over there in flip-flops, short breeches, no bee suit because, the bees are not supposed to be aggressive and out. So I'm over there in short breeches, T-shirt, flip-flops, got one of them little lamps on my head, and got bad hairdo, bedhead going on, and get them all set. And last thing I have to do is pull that little rag out the front. And brother, let me tell you, it's always a learning experience. I pulled that damn rag out, and giddy up, all I heard was bzzz. Them sons of bitches flew out like a dog, man. I mean, they was everywhere. I threw the rag up in the air, pop, pop, and get stung twice on the back. And I thought, on the back of my arms. And I thought, oh my God, seriously? So I run around in the front of the truck thinking they won't follow me. And they did. And if you wear glasses and bees are near your face, you slap your glasses off. So I'm like, pap, pap, pap. My glasses flew off. And I got that little headlamp on. It's dark. It's wet grass. I don't know where the hell my glasses went. And I thought, oh shit, now I've lost my glasses. I'm not running anymore because I don't want to step on my glasses because I can't afford a new pair. I'm looking down, and luckily the light, when I looked over in the grass, there were my glasses laying there. I saw them. I didn't step on them. So I grabbed my glasses, and I'd already been stung twice. And then I get in the truck, and I thought, oh, you idiot. So I can't just leave because the tailgate's down. The rag's laying in my buddy's yard. I ain't going to leave that. So I wait a minute, and then I turn the headlight out so they can't freaking spot me. I don't know if that worked or not. But then I went over there, I got the rag, slung it, threw the rag in the back of the truck, closed the back of the truck, got in the truck, and I left. And then I go over to our Chamber of Commerce because I want to get my drone video to video the Veterans Memorial in the early hours at what do you call it? In twilight, in the early, just before sunrise, because all the lights are on. So I go over there and I get my drone out of the back seat. I go around the tailgate, open the tailgate, and what do I encounter? I got pissed off bees in the back of my truck. And I'm running around thinking, oh crap. I didn't get stung, but the rag still had bees in it. And I grabbed the rag, I threw it over in the parking lot. And I waited, and I still had to go over there and get the bees out of the rag, and then I sent them on their way. So the swarm box has been moved, and I'll give it till probably tomorrow, and then I'll go over there, and then I will take all 5 of those frames that are in the swarm box. I'll take those 5 out. I'll put them in the big box that's already got 5 other frames, so I got space for 5 more. And then I'll orient them the right way, and then I'll let them sit there for at least 2 weeks. And then 2 weeks later, I have to do the same thing. Now I got to go over there in the dark of the night. Or you can do it during the day if it's a good rainy day, because they don't fly when it's raining. So they're fair weather bees. So anyway, so I got to go over there, stuff a towel in there, close it all up, strap it up so the box don't fall apart. And then I got to bring it back to my house, and then I got to go back over and put it over there in the apiary where the other 5 are. And then I'm back to, which Laura said, don't do it, but I'm back to 6 hives again. And Laura asked me yesterday, she goes, why are you doing this? And I said, that's a great question. Let me get back to you. No, I didn't say that. So I said, that's a great question. I said, I don't really have any expectations that this hive is going to be massive honey producing colony. I don't expect that. So I guess really, I mean, that would be my hopes and my desires. That would be great. That'd be like a win-win. I'm like, wow, I caught a swarm and they're making honey. That's a good thing. But honestly, the only thing I really think I'm going to get out of this, producing this 6 hive from a swarm, bringing it back to my apiary, is just have what I call available assets to support the other ones when they get weak. That's it. On a good note is I have not seen any evidence of the small hive beetles, which is good, man. They're destructive. And, doing these mite tests, I did them last year. You kill a lot of bees. I mean, you kill 400, 500 bees every time you do one of these mite tests. I'm just not a big fan of that. So it just occurred to me doing this video. Y'all can see back there behind me, JZP or bust. JZP, Juliet Zebra Papa, is the airport for Jasper. That's the Jasper Airport. That's the designator for the airport here in Jasper. And that's where I got that's where I took all my training there. And you can see that man's name under there, Lawrence Abernathy. That's his instructor numbers and whatnot. And then you can also see right there is my temporary certificate, my pilot's license. And you can see I got a picture way over there. I got to get used to this stuff, but I got a picture of President Trump back here. You can see the other side, President Trump over here getting off Air Force One. That was his first term, 45. And then on the other side over here is a little piece of metal, and it's got the date on it. I think Larry gave that to me. No, it doesn't have the date. Nope, it doesn't. But it's got remnants of the aircraft, because our aircraft was totaled. It was totaled. And let me tell you all this story. So I do all my flight training in a Cessna 172, and it was a slant tail, great airplane, glides great. So that's where I did all my training with, and that's when I went over in Alabama and got my pilot's license in a Cessna 172. And the red thing you can see, that is the back of a T-shirt. And kind of like when you shoot at a deer and you miss it, they cut your shirt and they hang it on the gate. Well, when you solo, when you get your pilot's license, but when you're taking your flight training and you solo, meaning you flew the aircraft by yourself, the instructor was not in the plane with you. And that's a little nerve-wracking, I'm going to be honest with y'all, especially at my age, or what I was then. But the instructor pilot will cut the back out of your shirt, and then that becomes part of it. And they write all the stuff on there. If I turned around and look, it says First Solo, Master Chief Jerry Daniels, 2 June 2007. That's hard for me to believe that it's been almost 20 years since I got my pilot's license. And I did that a year after I got out of the Navy. I retired out of the Navy. So anyway, all right. So it just occurred to me what all that is. But anyway, that little piece of silver thing right there is what's left of Larry gave me a piece of the airplane because it was totaled. And the plane got hit by another plane while it was parked. So at the airport where Larry had his plane, Larry and this other gentleman owned the airplane. But where they had this airplane parked, it was at its parking spot. It was not a hangar. Hangars are expensive. But it was tied down and chalks and all that. And it's a pretty day. And this older gentleman who still had his ticket was still flying. And he was not flying sport aircraft. He was flying single-in land airplanes. And I would say back then he was... I'm guessing he was in his 70s. Not that I'm bashing old people. I'm just, he was an older gentleman. He was still flying. So he was out there by himself, and he was trying to get his plane started. And he was trying to get it started, and it wouldn't start. And he deviated from safe standard procedures. And he attempted a hand prop start by himself. And you ain't supposed to do that by yourself. somebody's got to be in the damn seat, and feet on the brake and hands on the throttle. So he, and I wasn't there, so I don't know. I'm just telling you what I'm speculating. I never even read the FFA report, but or the department, what do they call it? The safety board, TSB, Transportation Safety Board investigation. I didn't read it, but long story short was he was attempting to start his airplane hand prop by himself, and you can speculate how it happened, because I'll just tell you what did happen. If he was on the front of his airplane, he started it. And I heard that he had made several attempts, but he started it. And when that damn plane started, it started moving. So the only way a plane can start and then start moving is don't have tie downs, don't have chocks, don't have brake set, and throttle was set too high. That's just me. The man fell down flat on his back. The plane taxied right over him, and there ain't much clearance between the end of that damn prop and the ground. Imagine laying on your back and having a prop blade spin right over your ass, and like something out of Indiana Jones. But the plane went over him, and it rolled or taxied, but it basically went, and it went right to our airplane, and it made contact. It impacted our airplane right about the 10 o'clock position, 10 and 10:30, right in there on our port side. So the spinning prop comes in and lodges itself right at where the pilot sits, right there. And it starts chopping the engine cowling and the wing leading edge first. It gets further. This happens in less than a second. And that plane lodges itself in the V between the fuselage, right there where the cockpit station is, where the pilot sits, and the leading edge of the wing, and the leading on the port side of the fuselage. It sticks right in there. Engine's still running, and eventually, the prop locks because it can't go nowhere. It's cut all into the plane. Well, the engine's still running, so the torque. He must have had a lot of damn throttle on it. The torque from the engine flips his airplane, and at the same time tears the tie-down straps off our airplane and flips our airplane. So both of them flip upside down, and it tears the planes to pieces. So our plane, I say the plane, I didn't own it, but it was totaled. It was totaled, and that's what that piece of metal is. So that's a long story. Sorry about that. I'm just babbling here. So anyway, all right. So I don't know how I even got started on that. I squirreled because I saw that shit behind me. That's what it was. All right. So the bees are the bees. They're doing good. If everything goes well and we get a break in this rain, I am going to try to pull honey Saturday at the earliest, Monday or Tuesday at the latest. So hopefully I'll do that. So anyway, I still have some honey, and I still have honeycomb. And like I told y'all before, I'd never done that before. I did check on the bees the other day, and the honeycombs, they're in there, the Ross rounds. The bees aren't really filling them out, so it may be another flop. I flopped last year, who knows? So, all right, chickens. Good Lord, I tell y'all what, I guess I don't have enough to do. Damn, I got my cords all tangled in my feet there. I guess I don't have enough to do. And this whole this YouTube thing, Laura wants me to do. I don't know. Obviously, y'all can see I'm just running all sorts of kind of damn challenges because I ain't ready is what it is. But I have figured out I can do this video, and then I can go into a software called DaVinci Resolve, and then I can extract the audio and then use that to do my normal podcast. And that's what I'm going to do. So if y'all are listening to this today, believe it or not, I'm actually filming this. So we'll see. So the chickens, yesterday was a big day, man. For the chickens, it was a big day. The young girls are almost 7 weeks old, and the big girls are almost 13 weeks old. And I put the young girls in their little separate isolated pen inside the main run, and I built a little door. Y'all can't see me. I'm holding my hand up, but I built a little door, like a little archway that they can go in and out of. And brother, it wasn't no time. One of the big chickens figured I can fit through that door. One of the big chickens went in there, and it just scares the dog crap out of them younger ones. They were just having fits, so I had to get the big one out. then I had to put a little challenge thing there to make the big chicken stay out of there. And so I let them. I give them the whole day like that, and I had to go check on them periodically. And they were, for the most part, they was coexisting and starting to assimilate. A couple of times, one of the young ones would make a stupid mistake and go, "I think I'll go out this hole." And at one point, 5 of the 6 left their little refuge, went outside, and all the big girls laying over there. They got full bellies. They laying over there in the sun and just chilling. And one of them said, I've had enough seeing y'all's. I don't even know who y'all are. And y'all are a lot smaller, so I'm going to have issues with you. So one of the big girls got up, and then 2 more got up. And then it just turns into a damn stressful mayhem, a lot of squawking and picking at each other and all that crap. So all the other ones had to run back in there. So, and what was really funny is I had some little cherry tomatoes that had gotten really soft. Laura is starting to get on board with, don't throw all this stuff away, give it to me and I'll feed it to the chickens. So I took some of them cherry tomatoes out there that were pretty soft, and I gave a lot of them to the big girls, and they love them. They tear them up. That, cucumbers, cooked sweet potatoes. Woo, son. Now, my chickens don't like cooked green beans, and they ain't really fond of lettuce, which I'm surprised. They'll pick at the lettuce and they spit it out. It's kind of like when I was a kid. I eat lettuce. It ain't got no taste to it. So anyway, and they love blueberries. Good Lord of mercy. You want to see damn chickens go crazy? Give chicken a blueberry. So I was giving the big girls some of the tomatoes, and I thought, well, I'll go around all the way around the other side of the run, and I'll give them, I give the little girls, because they were all seeing the big girls eating tomatoes. Why can't we have some? So I'm trying to be equal. So I go around the other side, and their cage on that side is a little smaller openings. So I had to squeeze the damn tomatoes and break them all up, making a mess. My hands are all, and I'm sticking little pieces of tomato through these little holes. And the little chickens now are like, yeah. They're like, yeah, man, we're getting tomatoes too. And this one chicken, her name's Ginger. Ginger goes, oh, and she snatched a damn sizable piece of that tomato out of my hand. Now, she's got the big piece. And chickens being chickens, they all see her got a big piece, and they just go into they chase it. And they're running around in that little bitty small area for their refuge. They're running around chasing Ginger. They're chasing Ginger and trying to tear that piece of tomato out of her beak. And Ginger goes, hell with y'all. She floats through that little old door and runs out there, and she runs about 5 feet, and she stops mid-run, and she realizes, shit, I have run out here with a damn piece of tomato in my mouth, and I'm amongst the big girls. And all the big girls stopped what they was doing and looked at her and go, well, welcome to our house. God almighty. I wish I should have filmed it. It was freaking hilarious. So old Ginger's like, oh, shit. And she launches back in that little hole, and she keeps that damn tomato, only to get in there with the other 5 little ones, and somebody stole it from her. And I thought, Ginger, you just risked your life, went through all that, and you come up empty-handed, girl. So anyway, it was hilarious. So it's going to work out. I'm sure it will. So last night, when it come time to go to bed, I took their cage, which is their brooder cage. It's been in the damn garage, which I'm so glad to get it out of the garage. But I put their brooder cage inside the coop. Thank God I built a big coop. So I put that in there. And then when it come 8 o'clock, me and Laura went out there and we took the 6 little girls, put them in the brooder cage, and I cut the dry food off. So they're going to go to bed now without no food, and they'll just have to wait the next day to eat. But I gave them water. And they had their own separate water dish in there, and then got them all in there, locked the door, and then the big girls, they all went to bed last night at 9 o'clock. And so I had 9 of the big girls at 9 p.m. And the door had closed, and I had the 6 little girls and the brooder cage in the coop. So a total of 15 chickens was in there. And they did the typical squawking and blah, 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 blah. So I turned on I got a live feed camera in there. So I turned it on, looked, and about 5:30 this morning, and the interior lights on a timer, it's already on. And Jasper, who I think the verdict's still out, man. I'm going to tell y'all something. I've done the check the wings and all this crap. And I'm I don't have the experience to say I know exactly, because I got folks telling me that Jasper's a gal. I got folks telling me Jasper's a dude. And all I can tell y'all is them 9 chickens that I bought were all the same age. All the same age. Now, Jasper, who I suspect is a rooster, is a black Australorp. Well, I got Jasper with 3 other black Australorps. He, amongst all those 9 other chickens, he grew faster. He's bigger. He's got a big red cone. He's got the damn, what do you call them? Wattles. He's got the big red wattles. He's bigger. He acts different, and he responds differently when they start all that bickering and cuckling and stuff, And he crows in the morning. Now somebody goes, Jerry, a chicken ain't going to crow at 12 weeks old. Well, I got one. I got a damn chicken, and he looks like a rooster, and he walks like a rooster, and he crows like a rooster. So I don't know what to say, unless it's just some damn, I don't know. So Richard Melton's been giving me feedback, and I don't know. Maybe Richard, you get your ass in the car and come up here and you look yourself. That's all I got to say. So all right. So that's that. That's the chickens. And doing this thing right here, I don't see anything that tells me how long I've been doing this video. I don't have a clock running. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm already at 25 minutes. Oh, you have to move the thing around. All right. So I'm already at 25 minutes. All right. So enough about the chickens. Hey, here's absolutely amazing, stunning, great news. Praise the Lord. I mean it. Praise God. Mike Posey came home yesterday from the hospital. So, and he's home, and he's recovering, and he's still doing all his therapy. And I have prayed, not religiously, but I prayed regularly that Mike be healed. And remember, I told y'all earlier that pray for the top, man. God, just heal him. Period. Heal him. You got the power. So welcome home, Mike. Let me see. I don't want to turn into politics. I think I did all that last week, but my wife and I watch the news each evening together. Me and my wife watch the news together. We're both like-minded, spiritually, godly, politically. We disagree on a lot of other things, but we don't disagree on politics. Thank goodness. I'd have to divorce her ass. She'd probably divorce me, but yeah, we're aligned, man. I don't see anybody lives in a household, somebody that doesn't share their same philosophies on the manners in which a government should govern. All right. But we watched the news, and I saw last night where, and I remember I told y'all the other day, it must suck to be a Democrat. And I mean that. I don't mean that viciously. I don't mean that vindictively. I don't mean that to be ill. It must suck to be a Democrat. I'm serious. To be, that messed up, and to be a liberal and not think logically and not see the truth right before, and it's even right in front of your eyes. They don't see it. But now the Democrats, because they listen to that little sounding group they listen to, the woke, and now the Democrats think this is another hill to go die on. They go on every hill the Democrats get on, they die. They die. I mean, it's like, really? I mean, a pain of a million cuts, man. I mean, and y'all are cutting yourselves. So, but now the Democrats are on this thing. This is the thing of today, and it will die out probably in about 4 or 5 days once they realize they'll go out and they'll pay somebody $20 million to do a study that, hey, you know what, Democrats, I can save you a lot of money and a lot of trouble. It ain't popular. It's not popular with the American public to be demanding that law enforcement, whether it's DEA, whether it's ICE, whether it's DHS, whether it's SWAT, whether it's state, local, it doesn't matter. It ain't popular for you to stand on a podium and go, y'all need to take your mask off. Do y'all hear yourselves? Really? You better take your mask off. And then that idiot that comes on Fox News, the 5 sometimes, I have to close my eyes because I just can't stand her. Her name is Jessica something. She actually is so incredibly dumb, that she, and I don't even know if she believes this. I do not think she actually believes this. I think she just got to figure out something to say, because that girl cannot be this freaking dumb. She actually said that she believes that the reason that these law enforcement agencies who are doing these arrests and ICE raids and all that kind of stuff, collecting a whole bunch of damn criminals, and she can't get her head around that. Yeah, you came in the country illegally, you're a criminal. So, but she actually believes that they're wearing a mask because this is how liberals think. She says, I believe they're embarrassed about what they're doing. Oh, no, honey, let me tell you. Nothing could be further from the truth. They are not embarrassed. Matter of fact, they're taking great joy and pride in making America safer. But she's a libtard. She can't help it. Anyway. So that's the only politics I want to get in right now, because I just cannot believe that the Democrats, and again, it must suck to be a Democrat, but the Democrats have chosen another hill to climb on, and this one today they're going to die on this week is we think that the ICE agents should not have masks on. Because see what happens is a couple of them real hardcore leftist libtards, radicals, they get on TV and they go, they came into our neighborhood and they got their mask on and they're coming in there and they're arresting people. Like, yep, you're right. They're wearing masks. Hey, and they didn't say this to Jessica yesterday on the 5. Here's what I would have said. I said, well, Jessica, show me a video in Mexico, South or Central America, where the police are arresting and taking down the cartel. Do they wear a mask? Did you see all those guys handling all those hardened criminals in Venezuela? They all got masks on. Why? Because they don't want to put themselves or their family at risk. But see, Jessica's too stupid to realize that. Or she's too ignorant to acknowledge it. One or the other. I don't care. But anyway, all right, so that's the new thing. All right, so lastly, I'm already at 30 minutes. I had the great opportunity, and it was a privilege, because I am a member of the Chamber of Commerce here in Pickens County, and my company is, and I own and operate Aptera Drone Imaging, LLC. And I had the privilege as a volunteer in my community to drive a little shuttle bus and to carry and to be a host to our guest. And who was our guest? Well, on Monday, June the 2nd, we had what was called the 2025 BRAG, B-R-A-G, and that is Bicycle Ride Across Georgia. I really wasn't that familiar with it. But 800 plus bicyclists, I don't know even where they left, but Sunday night they stayed in Rome, Georgia. They got up Monday morning, and then they all took off and they rode over here. And it's a 50 plus mile ride. And it's a lot of hills up here in North Georgia. And so they rode over here on their bicycles, and we hosted their it's called an RON, rest overnight, one night, RON 1. So we hosted them. We had our Lee Newton Park there at the chamber, which was a great place to facilitate and host them. And this whole brag thing, man, this is a big deal, dude. They come up, I mean, early that morning before the bicyclists ever showed up. The bicyclists hadn't showed up yet. Brother, there was a gaggle of brag people that's like the supply chain. It's like the what do you call it? The logistics group of them. Man, they got buses, RVs, big tractor trailers, 2 tractor trailers that were massive, set up with a fire department connected water supply to them to have showers. A lot of bathrooms were set up, and somebody put up a shitload of tents, and it was all by brag. But a lot of these people brought their own tents, and there was massage therapy there. There was first aid for blisters and hemorrhoid cream, and what am I drawing a blank here? I said massage therapist. There were several trailers that was set up right in amongst them that does nothing but high. These are expensive bicycles, man. I mean, I couldn't afford one. Well, I could, but I ain't buying no bicycle that costs that much money. But they do bicycle repair, so they had all the equipment, spare parts, all this stuff, man. So people that were experiencing some kind of mechanical issue with their bicycle, they were there. And you ain't never seen so many people wear spandex. I tell you what, there's a lot of damn spandex. And there was a lot of spandex being stress checked. I was like, dang. And another common trend, other than spandex, was a lot of these folks were older than me. I mean, I met a guy named Jim, great guy who used to be in the Navy. Jim was 69. I met a woman that was 67, I think she is, 67 or 68. Her name was Susan. She's from up around Ann Arbor, Michigan. And she said she's been doing it for 20 years. She had a big knee brace on. She was a nice lady, nice lady. I feel sorry for her because she says she was inclined to show me her cell phone with her sister, whose adopted daughter graduated the Naval Academy, which was awesome. That's quite an achievement. And ain't nothing you can negative say about that. But then she was inclined to tell me that her partner couldn't be there. She had died. And I thought, her partner? So it was, oh, here's a picture of my sister. She's gay. And her and another woman adopted a girl from either China or Korea or something. And I thought, man, anyway, I'll just keep that to myself. So anyway, all right. So, but the Bragg organization was great, and we had a great time. I met nothing but super nice people. Super nice people. Every person I met was nice. And I drove the shuttle Monday from 12:30 to 5:30, and I had a route, but I also deviated from a route because you got to adapt and overcome. So I was taking them everywhere. They wanted to go to Ingles. They wanted to go to Publix. They wanted to go to a Mexican restaurant. They wanted to go to somewhere else. We only got 2 hotels in Jasper. Well, 3 counting the Woodbridge Inn. I'll just take them where they want to go, and I get back on my schedule and whatnot. But it was hilarious. Had a lot of fun. And then the next morning, on the 3rd, Tuesday morning, they all got up, and I'm sorry, Tuesday was that's right, yeah. So they got up and they got up early, daybreak. So I went over there really early in the morning with my drones and shot a lot of video. And I wanted to do a video. Obviously, I'm trying to promote my business. So the only way you can promote your business is show people that you can actually do stuff. And I'm an amateur. I could say I'm a professional. No, I'm not. I'm an amateur. I'm learning. Boy, I'll make a lot of mistakes. I spend a lot of time editing software video and audio that a person who's really good at this could probably do it like that. Jerry Daniels don't. It takes me forever. But so I shot this video, and it's on my website. So I would encourage y'all to go check it out, man. Go check it out. www.aptera. That's AP, Alpha Papa, APTERA, Aptera, apteradrones.com. www.apteradrones.com. So, and it's on my Facebook page, and Aptera Drone Imaging does have their own Facebook page. So, and I keep all my politics out of that page. So it's not that's not the place to put politics. My personal page, I get political, but my business page, I keep my politics out of it. So, all right. I think that's the last thing I got. Oh, no, you know what? I'm not going to go there. I'm already at 37 minutes. So, God bless you, Mike Posey. I'm glad you're home, brother. I know your wife and your family, glad you're home too. And God is great. God is beyond great. God is awesome. And I'm glad you're home, brother. I'm glad you're home, and I hope your recovery is speedy. And Mike Coker, don't know where you are today, but I'm going to guess you're going to play 18 holes. You're going to smoke at least 2 good cigars. You're going to probably drink some mighty fine whiskey that I can't afford. That's it. God bless you, everybody. Got to find where the stop button because it's different on this one. But y'all have a fine day. Be safe, and God bless America. Bicycle. No, wait. Bicycle.